in this video we will talk about two-column design layout. So in last videos we created photo editor app and we also created range progress bar. In this video we will continue and use two-column layout in our photo editor app. So this is very general layout. You can also use in dashboard app or search app, and this is also responsive, so it works across the devices. So let's start. First we need is HTML5 page. We are creating HTML5 page. Now to create two-column layout, first we need is the main div, and in main div we need div1, which is column 1, and div2, which is column 2. Now before we start adding our CSS, we will resource in Tailwind CSS. Installation, you just use the CDN. So this is the CDN version, and now we are able to add Tailwind CSS classes. So first we need is class flags, and I'm using font Sans. It looks better. Now for this one we use flags 1. On large devices I'm using flags auto. Also I'm specifying for large devices width 7 by 12. For second column I'm using flags 1 for all the devices. For large I'm using flags column, and this is the div where we will add our photo editing features. And also I'm specifying large width 5 by 12. Okay, so now first we need to make sure how it looks. For that I'm just using column 1 and column 2 for now. Okay, now let's see how it looks. So column 1, column 2, it is because we specified different widths, and here it will be smaller column on large devices. On small it's working, then we can start adding our content. Here it's going to be image, so I'm using image on the left side and features on the right side. You can reverse the order. So for that I would source an image. I have one mountain image, so I'm using that one, and I'm also providing alt mountain. Okay, so images here. Now our goal is to add that features. For that I am using one more div, and for that I am using flags, just divert, and items center. Also I'm providing background. I'm using background zinc. If you are using gray shadow, I would really recommend use the zinc background because it gives you really rich user experience. So I am using zinc 800. Now first of all we use the p tag and just specify photo app, and then we need is with flags column, and that one will have all the features, and we use features under the button, and for that one I would just say crop. And then once we will finish the first crop feature, we just need to copy paste all other features and change the switches. Okay, so here it looks photo margin and padding. I'm just going to say margin 5 and text to Excel and text white. For button we also need to use the SVG, and we also need to say class and I am providing rounded and BJ zinc, and it would be 700. 700. Border gray, I'm using gray border, 200, and we need to provide some padding, 6. And now we will use the SVG. We can add more features. I'm gonna copy this one and just, this is the crop div, I would say this is a rotate div, this is adjustment, and this is our filters div. So now I have 1 2 3 4 all the change the SVG and our title. So I would say here rotate, here it's going to be basic adjustment, where we provide the range progress bar, basic adjustments, filter. Now we are going to add update the SVG icon. So we will use rotate icon, basic adjustment icon, and filter icon. So most of these icons you don't find on Tailwind resources site, but you can just Google it and you find lots of different sites or resources where you can copy SVG. So I found few, so I'm going to update those SVGs. Did all the SVGs. Now it's time to look our app. We have photo app, title, and then all the buttons we have added here. Now for basic adjustment, what we are going to provide to user is different ranges for brightness, for contrast, saturation as well. So I'm going to use the range progress bar. So let's program that progress bar. So you can say brightness, and then what you do here is just like an input type range, and all you do here is, this is a contrast, this is a saturation, so we are going to change it. Saturation, first we will check with CSS to make it progress bar. Also we need to put it outside the button, so I'm going to maybe adjust there. Okay, so for text, I'm just saying text white, width full, so that way it would be in the full width and will be on column layout instead of row layout. We are also providing some margin and padding, and I am here just saying class width full. Now we are going to use the same classes here, and this one is going to be same for every input type range, and here we are going to use the sharpness, not brightness, sharpness nicely. So we are providing crop, rotate, and basic adjustment. So when people change the brightness, it will affect onto the photo itself. So for now we are only working on designing different element, but in next video we are going to also apply, we will use vanilla JavaScript and apply changes to the photo, so we can see the real-time changes when we update any of this feature. And to add filters, all the filters we have created in last video, we are going to use it here. For that, what we are going to do, we will just copy the same the format which we have for feature, and we will add under the filter, and we need to close this div. Okay, so this is going to be our filters, and only thing we need to change. Okay, so now we remove the background. All we need to do is change the SVG, and we will use the same image we are displaying into the main div, and 101 mountain image. We also put the mountain, but here we are going to use the class, and we show the width 20, height 20. Okay, and you can use here. We are going to first show the shadow. So shadow filter, you have shadow, but right now it's not, you cannot hover, or you don't have that a shadow feature in this month. You apply shadow, how it looks. So here we going to apply drop shadow. I'm going to use 2XL so that way user can see, and also here I'm going to use hover feature, and I'm going to display BG gray instead of 300. We can change always white. I think it's always text white, but BX2 and BG gray. I'm going to show 800 for blur, grayscale, hue, invert, and sepia. So here I'm going to change blur, and I was showing that blur. Okay, here I'm going to say grayscale, and here I'm just showing gray. Here I'm going to say hue, and this is going to be hue. This is going to be invert, and here I'm going to update the invert, and last is sepia. 200 I'm going to use for now, but we can change with the filter. Now we can see how it looks, and we can little bit. So right now you see all the filters here, right, and all the features here. And if you adjust as a flag, because this is a flex layout, it will adjust. Okay, so this is our working solution, working fine. In next video we are going to change the design of our brightness, control, contrast, and saturation, efficient and user friendly. So yeah, we are going to add that in our next video. We are also going to add the rooted feature from Tailwind CSS, where you don't have to use the JavaScript. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click on like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video. I will see you in next video.